After Buzzers, welcome to Anime After Show. We're talking about My Hero Academia, episodes 5 through 8. He's finally in class, showing off some powers. We get power montage. We're going to talk about all of that, and we're also going to talk about the exciting stuff we saw at San Diego Comic-Con. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. See, now we're gonna learn to sing along to this one via the sounds. Yes. Welcome to My Hero Academia. We're breaking down episodes 5 through 8. My name is Kari Lane. I'm joined by my awesome panel.
What's up, everybody? I'm Jamie Gray.
Hey guys, sorry.
Have a monster eating you.
I was waiting for Karibo to introduce themselves. I'm Oliver Drennan, and this is Karibo.
Nice. And where'd Karibo come from?
He came from San Diego Comic-Con. We're best friends now.
Thanks for visiting.
Besties, yay. So we're going to be breaking down episodes, and we're also going to talk about Comic-Con later. So first, thoughts on these next set of episodes.
Well, I know the last after show we were talking about how everything is pretty much starting.
Yes.
And I feel like it's still kind of slowly speeding up just a little bit. So I like it. It's starting to grow on me. I like it in general, but it's still just trying to speed up. So
it's definitely gotten a lot more interesting. I'm like, yes, we're in school. We're getting all these diverse characters with diverse powers at that. And so my interest is peaked for sure, especially at the end of the last episode, and we're going to talk about that. So let's do it.
Oh yeah, no, same. I'm loving the more introduction of these characters. There are so many characters, which is really interesting. Yes, and I'm like, oh, tell me more. So beginning episode 5, what I can do for now. So the exam results, there's some moments that go by so fast though that I have to pause and rewind because I'm like, I want to read the chart. What does it say? So Katsuki, he is first, but no rescue points. Not really surprised.
Of course not.
Then Midoriya got 7th with his 60 rescue points, so it's not too bad. He's not in last place yet. So here, Midoriya and All Might have their kind of moment where they talk, and it's kind of revealed that All Might was going to be teaching at the school to find a student to get the powers. How much was that like, oh, wait.
I mean, maybe it's just his time, but I felt bad for Midoriya because it's like, he just feels so inadequate, and, but at the same time, so is All Might's natural form, so it is what it is.
It was destiny, right? It's not like he went to the school to find some other student. They break down you need more control / experience because then you can adjust the power, which we get that, and that was so cool.
Yes.
Ollie, what do you think of Midoriya adjusting how he uses his power?
I think it's kind of just relates to his coming of age, and this is this is a coming of age story definitely for Midoriya, and so I think his power is kind of like a not a metaphor, but it symbolizes him just growing up and dealing with all these different people in this getting thrown into unexpected situations, I think, and learning to handle that.
Oh yeah, totally. Also, we do have a live chat, so if you're watching it live, welcome. Jamie's keeping an eye on the chat. If you're watching it later, please comment down below your thoughts on the episode, and please don't get ahead, because we're all new at watching this and don't want anything spoiled.
No spoilers.
So, interesting moment. All Might points out that he has a kind of throwaway line, and then actually has a kind of meta comment. Let me know if you guys notice this. He says he's going to essentially grow weak and disappear slowly as Midoriya's flame grows. And then he says, that's deep. I was like, wait, are you going to die?
I don't know.
It sounded so dark.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that. But I don't know. I don't think he's going to die.
Okay.
That's getting into predictions, but he just comes off as too much of an iconic figure that in this series that we need, I think.
Right.
He's kind of like the voice of reason, and I'd be really shocked if he were to go.
Mm-hmm.
If I would be shocked too, but if he does, it'd probably way seasons down the line. Kind of it gives me a Jiraiya Naruto vibe, how I never expected Jiraiya to die, so hopefully nothing too crazy.
Not anytime soon, because he's that mentor that we need for sure.
Maybe
for
more just fade to the background of not being such a public figure.
Yeah, because he's the hugest hero ever, so.
So they kind of have a big thing about, also it's he said it's your feelings of how did that feel to use the power, and that's how you tap into yes, feelings. Okay. So then Tenya, Ida, and Katsuki are in class with Midoriya. So he gets to 2 people. He's like, I don't want to, please don't be in the, and they're both there, which is funny. But finally, how do we like Midoriya finally standing up to Katsuki?
I was like, you go, Midoriya. I really, like, honestly, Katsuki is irking my last nerve. Like, and I know what Alexa said. She was like, it just doesn't get better.
Yeah, they're
but
like,
I'm like,
no.
Really? I'm just wondering, like, where this deep-seated hate is coming from. But I was really happy for him. I think not to just make it real life, but in real life, like, a lot of people go through bullying, and it's like, I'm just happy that he stood up for himself.
Yeah.
So
I was surprised that he did, and I was really happy that he did, because I wasn't expecting that at all. And
he's so timid.
I'm just not a fan of Katsuki because I feel like he's just insecure.
Yeah.
And I want
issues.
I want to know why, for sure, because there's more than what we've seen in these episodes. I know there's more.
For sure.
Yeah. Then we have Shota Aizawa. Sensei, Eraserhead. That was so cool.
Yeah.
I can erase your powers right now.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
You know?
I had seen the cosplay. I had seen some images of him, but I didn't expect the, like, scarf go out and then the hair and his eyes.
What did that look like? Did they look crazy or like?
Oh no, they had the just down hair.
Okay. I was like the scruffle and all that.
Yeah.
And he's like, he can erase the quirk, but he can blink and then it'll come back, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why his eyes are so effed up.
Yeah.
They're quirks. They're called quirks for a reason. See, that's such an interesting power that like people don't think of, and so I just look forward to everyone's quirk in this series.
And the animation too.
Yeah,
like everyone, just how we were talking about All Might's original form, we were like, what is that? You know, just like all the forms. I'm like, I don't understand it, but I think that's what I kind of like about it. It's just a little different from the pretty anime that we get to see.
I just like that he's he's all about logic, and this is a rational thing to happen, and I just like that he's so like also a grumpy, saucy character.
Yeah.
So the quirk assessment test, and they mentioned the school has non-traditional methods, which was real fun to see everybody kind of start playing around with their powers. So we get Pretty Girl's name, and her name's actually a little. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah.
Is it Ochoa or Okoko? How do you say it?
Oh, I was hearing Ochako.
Ochako? Okay.
But everybody's names have nice long names. Nobody has like.
And then her last
real
name's like Urara.
Yeah, it's like
Uraraka. We're learning.
Uraraka. We apologize.
Give us the pronunciation in the live
chat.
chat.
It's the early one, and it's the more we hear it, it'll solidify. But at first, like I was like, ooh, you have a unique
We'll call
name.
her O.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, O.
So yeah, her power is the zero gravity. Oh, so then the moment when Midoriya does all the power in his finger.
That was dope.
Oh, so good, right?
That was dope. I did not expect that because I was like, how is he going to do this? And I was like, you're making yourself look like a fool in front of all these classmates. And even when Aizawa was like, just getting on him about everything, I was like, are you really embarrassing him in front of the whole class? But he wasn't. So I was like happy about that. But I like that. He's smart. He's learning how to use the power.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's going to be like some foreshadowing of that. That's how he can utilize his power for sure. So I wonder.
I think you're on something there
tricks,
too.
Yeah, what kind of tricks can he...
Well,
does he have up his sleeve or his fingers? I don't know.
I think it lends to how he thinks a little bit outside the box, and he's more of a problem solver. Like, how can I make this work within these contexts?
Right.
Which we see later when he has the challenge, which we'll get to in just a second. And yeah, he's constantly told he can't, and just kind of remembers his mom and gets that confidence back. And yes, creativity and the smartness. His creativity to minimize the injury, so that was great. So that's the end of episode 5. So episode 6, Rage, you damn nerd. Which is just funny. So apparently those uniforms have safeguards, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. So you could disable your students so that they don't hurt each other or themselves.
That's awesome.
Those are the most common cosplays I think I've seen of those characters. Anime Expo and Comic Con, a lot of people really liked that uniform. Kind of makes it easy to stand out. And then y'all can be in the group together.
Right. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Oh, did we think the expulsion comment was a joke, or was he serious? Like, if you're last place.
I thought he was serious too.
Yeah. He's dead set serious. Someone's gonna go home. Raise the stakes.
Right.
I'm totally so gullible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely fell for that. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. Why'd you lie?
Well, because it's a rational deception. I go, yeah, you're not wrong there.
Is Aizawa jealous of All Might though?
There's some tension
That's
there.
Weird. I wonder if they went to school together.
Back
in the past.
They know each other, and there's a line later that points out that all the staff know All Might's other form.
But does Aizawa? I don't think
We should. It said all the staff.
Oh, okay.
Because if he's walking around, they should know who he is.
Right.
It was the principal, the staff, and then a couple close friends, he said. But a couple of his close friends were like black silhouettes when they showed it. So I was like, But the thing that I want to know, and no spoilers if this is revealed later, please. Aizawa says, there's nothing crueler than a dream being cut midway. I was like, what happened to you?
Yeah.
Did he want to be a hero and it didn't work out? And that's why he teaches. Those who can't do teach. I don't know.
Yeah,
All Might,
real life.
All Might might have overshadowed his dream, possibly.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah. I do like how much All Might was bristles, gets upset about Aizawa. He's kind of like, oh no, this is gonna be the kid's teacher, but that's all right. They point out they have hero training in the afternoon, normal school early in the day, which was just kind of funny. So costumes. His mom made his costume.
His mom is so
cute.
She's probably gonna become a favorite of mine just because she's so cute. Her and Recovery Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and how's mom was like, you look so cool when he was going to school.
She lied.
Go mom. Mom points. But
Mom's
the
lie.
uniform was so funny. I like that All Might laughs like, man, that's kind of obvious who you're emulating here. Did y'all like the costume? Leave comments, or did you laugh? I
Be honest.
But everybody has kind of quirky costumes. I feel we can't use quirky now. It's like
I know, it's kind of like their go-to word.
Yes. Everybody has unique costumes, so nobody stood out. Like, his didn't look weird. I was worried about that, of like, ooh, is that, are you gonna get made fun of because your costume's weird? But everybody had weird costumes, so all to their specifications on their powers and requests, which comes again into play in the next episode.
Yeah, I like Tinya's his costume. Or they give him another name, but
which one is that one?
He's like the spaz with the glasses, but his hero name is, I have it in here somewhere.
It's
Ida.
Yeah.
So Ida.
Oh yeah, his was cool.
Yeah, his was dope. I liked it.
So then they have the exercise, heroes versus villains, and this is where the notes come into play, which we were wondering. We're like, oh, is that how he's going to use his powers? And that martial arts throw.
Yes.
Ugh. Oh, that was so satisfying.
Yes.
Step, pivot, poof.
Yes.
Go.
I'm like, when? You got this.
Yeah, because he's been studying him for years growing up, and it totally makes sense.
And he could show up in front of the girls. I'm like, go Midoriya, you got this.
And it makes sense of a way to use your enemy's powers against them, which that's all his notes. Like, how can you do this? So I feel this is going to continue.
And I think, because I don't think it's a matter of power in this anime. It's not about being the strongest. It's about, you need balance, I think. You need power, but you also need smarts. You need that intellectual capability in order to succeed, for sure.
Oh, yeah. And then he has the, Deku is going to mean you can do it. And this is so great. So after that was, I think that was this moment. I was like, might come later, but we'll talk about it right now. When he's with Ida and Uraraka, and she's like, oh yeah, that was really great, and are you healing? And your name is Deku, and then your friend called you that. And then he explains, oh, it's actually an insult. And then she says how she likes it. He goes, oh, yes, it's my name now.
Yeah, I thought that was cute. I'm Deku. I'm like, all right.
And Ida's like, dude, you just said that was cute. I love that moment. It's so cute. So anyway, moving on, episode 7. So Kacchan and Midoriya, this is kind of a little bit more on their history. Yeah. And he points out, Midoriya says, not all men are created equal. He learned as a child. And yes, the fanboy knowledge is paying off. So this is the thing when we were talking about Kacchan. So one, I was like, damn, he has some anger issues. Ugh. And let me know if you all agree. Please comment down below. And Jamie and Oliver, let me know. Yep. And live chat. So one, he doesn't like kindness/help from like people he believes lower than him. Yeah. Because that makes him feel like he's lesser. And then also, one, he's been built up too much too young. Like, he was such a big fish in such a little pond. Mm-hmm. I'm the best. I'm so cool. Like, the moment with the teachers, I feel now he's in a space where he's not, and that just pisses him off.
Yeah, he's so weak to me. Like, he thinks he's so strong, but he's really weak inside, out, and, I don't like him.
I just think when you're constantly fed, like, oh, this idea of perfectionism or, like, you can do anything, he's basically being put into the real world. Obviously, this is anime, not the real world, but this is like a huge reality check for him. Yes. And I think he needs to I want him to develop. I want to like him, but What is... I'm not a fan of him at all.
Yeah, me either. I don't even know if I want to like him, but I like how anime always goes to like real life situations because I think sometimes, like, especially with millennials, you know, when we tell people like, you can do it, sometimes you're not going to be able to do certain things depending on how the circumstance is. So you have to be realistic, you know?
I feel either he's going to have a really long streak that we're not happy about and then a big reward later of the why or something change.
Yeah.
But then also there are real people like that. They're just horrible, mean people, and you're just like, why?
Right.
But the bigger question I had is, why does Deku stick around staying friends with this guy?
Slap him. Like, why are you with him? Like, come on. He literally hates you. He said he hated you. Yeah. He tried to kill you, basically. Like, he wasn't going to kill him.
Because, I totally. But I think that in growing up, he just really looked up to him in a sense. It's kind of like that... when you have like an older sibling who you like, who you're in love, who you love, exactly. But you just want to be like them so much, and I really feel for him, like seeing that. But like, obviously things are a little bit different now. He's got his powers, so I really want him to grow into his own.
Yeah,
Midoriya,
please. I also think it's just a testament to how good of a person Midoriya is that he's still wants to help. Even
with the name Deku, how he's like, yes, like claim that, because it's like turning that negative into a positive. Yeah. Just like a word like queer. That was an insult growing up. Right. Now like people are owning that term for sure, as they should.
Exactly. I had a question though. Yeah. Do we know what Kacchan, what his parents' quirks are?
No.
We don't know? Okay.
I don't think we've seen his prediction.
We just saw like the legs, right? Or were those just the teachers in that scene?
I felt it was teachers.
Okay. I have a prediction. I'll say it.
I want to hear this prediction.
The exercise really shows us that teamwork is important because Midoriya and Uraraka are totally in on that. You know, they're down for it, but our Katsuki. And I'm sorry if we switch between some of them too, because some of them it switches in the episode too, so it's like
Katsuki, Baku.
Gotta learn multiple names.
Yeah, this is why I kind of want them to have like superhero names. Are they?
The one,
I want them to have like actual super. That one, it'd be easier to like identify them. But that's what
maybe.
Prediction?
Deku has like 10 names.
Yes.
Exactly.
So that's also another moment, Midoriya not taking the bullying anymore, which makes me so happy. Coming into his own, which we were saying. So Uraraka and Ida, man, when she makes herself float to go was so fun. But it's kind of, Ida points out that her power is a little more, not really super offensive if she doesn't have stuff to work with.
Right.
But I don't know. I feel there can be a lot of creativity in her power that she hasn't developed yet either.
Right.
Yeah.
She'll have to develop it.
Yeah. Also, it's amusing how much Ida was taking this test so seriously. I'm going to be a villain.
Oh my gosh. And how didn't she find her...
She laughed.
Yeah, she laughed. That is how like seriously he was taking it. And that's how he found out.
Yes.
Like found her. It was so funny.
So good. So Kacchan, the gauntlets, he has the big bulb things, which are big. I feel that'd be a bother to move around with. His big, they kind of look like Super Mario turtle shells.
Okay.
Just big ones all the way around his wrist. They store the power for a bigger blast, which is like, this spells disaster and danger, which it kind of does.
Basically.
And then All Might is like, no, let's wait to see how it goes. But I liked his warning, though. He goes, if you do this again, you're going to lose points or you forfeit.
Yeah, I was like, finally somebody speaks up.
Yes.
Do something.
Yes. But it's good he waited because we need to let Midoriya develop and do his thing.
Yep.
Because, his plan finally helps. They win. But, man, him getting the hit Kacchan on his arm and his own arm, and he kind of falls. But he tells him a little bit about the quirk, and I'm like, stop it.
I know.
He says more later, but please. And the heroes win. So, yay!
Yes. Go heroes.
Episode 8, Bakugo's start line. Oh, side note, because this has been going around on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's My Hero Academia. Some people are like, no, like saying it in Japanese. And then somebody quoted that they're like, the creator of the show calls it, or the creator of the manga calls it My Hero Academia in English. So it's not like, some people are like, it's Bakugo, da-da-da-da-da-da. My Hero Academia.
Right.
Just saying. I know some people talk about that on Twitter and everything like that.
We talked to the creator.
So, which I got to go to the panel at Comic-Con, so stay tuned because we're going to talk about what he said.
Wait.
So, there are more memories and flashbacks. So, some of these episodes feel so short because they kind of like rewind, show you something, and then add a little bit of something else, which is kind of nice. You're like, oh, yeah, what happened after that moment? So they point out that all the winners are on the ground and the losers are pretty much untouched. Mm-hmm. But that's very real life, though. They point out being a hero is dangerous. So, yay, darn.
Only the strong survive.
Yes. The review time and then kind of learn from life. And how surprising was it that they go, Ito was the best in this situation?
Well, I expected it in a sense, just because, logically, he's the only one that, was set on the mission, which I think that, Deku, Midoriya, whatever you can call him, he was also set on the mission. But, of course, Kacchan had to ruin everything because of his pride, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I can't fault him.
Because they point out that it's close quarter combat, you shouldn't do that much damage. And it's a good point. If you're in this building and you damage it and it falls on you, problem.
And you ruin everything.
Yes. And then we meet Moma. I was like, my notes. Yeah, her name was, I was like, Ya or Yoruza or Ozu. These are longer names. We will learn these. Then, so one, they pointed out she was admitted based on recommendations, and her assessment of why Ida won was so cool. I was like, I like this girl. I don't know this girl yet, but I like her.
Yeah.
Even All Might was surprised.
I feel like she has she has the balance that I keep bringing up is that she's strong, but she's also smart. She can explain why Ida won.
Yep.
Yeah.
We get to see the kind of montage of teams. We get Ojiro and Hagakure. The invisibility. That was fun. And she's like, don't look. I can't see you if you're invisible. Which was amusing. Meizo Shoji. So the replicating the body parts at the end of the tentacles.
Yeah.
That was a little creepy.
That was kind of creepy, but kind of cool. But I was curious, why would you make another mouth? What's wrong with your mouth? And I want to see more.
Did he have a mouth? I forget.
Well, he had a mask on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, but he might not underneath. That's true.
I wonder if he does have a mouth.
We'll probably find out.
And then this character, I've seen a lot of cosplay, and I feel there's going to be a lot of this character. Shoto Todoroki. So the half cold, half hot, and he was also admitted on recommendation. I feel there's going to be more with this one because
he was kind of OP.
Yes.
He froze the whole building.
Yeah.
And literally they were untouched.
Yeah.
The arms one, I forgot his name. You just said it. He didn't have to do anything.
Oh yeah, no, Shoto.
I'm keeping my eye.
That's a nice, easier name.
Keeping my eye on him.
He's probably going to be a new fave for me. I can feel it.
I've seen a lot of cosplay of that character, and we had a cosplay that we showed from Anime Expo, so I was like, I feel there's going to be a lot with this one.
Yeah.
And I like that this character makes Kacchan be like, oh, I'm at the bottom. I'm like, yes, you are.
You're nothing.
Yes, you are. So yeah, he's finally not the big fish. Then we get that kind of montage of all the teams and powers, and then also All Might kind of notices that Kacchan has too much pride, which yes, he does.
Yeah.
Recovery Girl knows about All Might's not just both forms, but the power, which is useful because if Midoriya is in the hospital bed, be like, yes, this is what
give me a kiss.
Here's the info, yes. But they can't heal him that much because of stamina, so Midoriya got to go do some running and build up some stamina.
Yeah, do something, some push-ups, something.
So yeah, we knew about the forms. This is the moment when he comes back. Oh no, it was later, but anyway. Midoriya comes back from the nurse, and all the classmates greet him. He has friends.
I know, guys. I'm so happy for him.
That was good. So happy for him. It was episode 8, and he already has people supporting him, which is nice because I wouldn't expect that in we're almost to the end of the season 1.
Right. Yeah.
But it's nice that he's no longer really being seen as the underdog.
Yeah.
And I feel like he needs that push to really.
He deserves that. I think it might just be weird for him because it is a gift that was literally given to him, so he probably just doesn't feel deserving, and he's like, these people are my friend because I have this quirk that's not actually mine. So it's
or he's not used to having friends, I think. Yeah, because all these people want to talk to me.
I know.
It's and own it.
I'm happy for him though.
Yes, I want that confidence to keep building. So this was also my moment when he runs out to Kacchan and talks about him. I'm like, why do you care about him? But he kind of says I want to be better than you, and I feel maybe that's his own personal benchmark of success. But he tells the truth kind of about his power to Kacchan. I'm sitting there no, stop.
All Might, where are you?
When he shows up, is what are you talking about? But luckily, it doesn't seem like Kacchan really believes him. He's kind of yeah, dude, what are you talking about? Because that probably is not a thing that people could even think happened. So hopefully, make me nervous. Did that make you nervous?
Yeah, because this is the first time that I'm at least aware of that you can actually give someone a quirk.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's other characters are able to do that, or there's other stories. We're gonna find out. I don't know.
Makes me nervous.
I think it's unique.
Okay.
And he's kept it on the DL.
His unique quirk.
Yes.
Of his quirk.
Yes.
It's quirky.
So that's also, Midoriya, I will beat you. And then Kacchan's mental note is, one, he realizes he has to start over to be on the top and doesn't want the advice from All Might. So that's the end of episode 8. Oh man, he was a jerk.
Yeah.
Rude.
Like, this is All Might. What are you doing?
Yes. Just be like, yeah, I'm okay. But still, rude. All kinds of rude. All right. So if you are listening to this on iTunes, welcome. Please give it a 5 stars. And if you're over on YouTube, also thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up, that subscribe button. And if you have friends who like podcasts, tell them about this as a podcast on iTunes or whatever form of podcast you listen to. So we're going to hold on to our predictions. So our special word of the day, which kind of came a couple times in this episode, is daijobu, which means pretty much like all right, okay. So it's generally in a sense of are you okay? Like it's done as a question. So it's daijobu, daijobu.
Daijobu?
Daijobu.
Yeah, because they're like, I don't know if you noticed, they say it a couple times, like they'll ask like, daijobu? Like, are you okay? Like, you all right?
I'm watching this in dubs.
Yeah, same.
Yes.
Go dub. Oh, you know what I noticed? The same voiceover actor for Panako plays for Cover Girl. Hold on, I have her name. It's Julie Erickson.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Go Julie. And I think they swap off with like Lucy Christian, but mostly Julie.
Cool. All right, so then that was our word. So our special news segment, we're going to talk a little bit about what we saw at Comic-Con.
I'm jealous.
So I'm going to show you some cosplay that I spotted that were anime or Japanese pop culture related. And then, so this one, I love this kimono. Ooh. It's a kimono with Star Wars all over it.
That's dope.
I stopped her and was like, can I get a picture, please? So her obi has Star Wars on it. All the, like, details of it is gorgeous. Little BB-8 there, and then I got a picture of the back as well. I posted this on our Twitter account, so be sure to check that at ABTV Anime. So I posted this photo there as well.
He's posing.
Yes, it's
Props
so
to
good.
the cosplay is just hot.
Oh, yeah. It was hot. It was very hot,
Ooh.
but
it takes willpower and stamina.
Yes. Inside the convention center wasn't too bad. All right, so here we got some My Hero Academia. So now we know some of these characters. We got Shoto and Midoriya. Nice gender bend on Shoto. That. Which that's been really fun. Okay, here's a nice little group too. It looks like both Shotos possibly in the back. So this is the exhibit hall floor, and as I said, the uniforms are popular. And we also got a Agratsuko.
Yes.
Which I like that face.
I just started watching Agratsuko and I love it.
It's very fun.
Crazy.
All right, so I think that was it for. Oh, here we go. And then some Kill Bill going on too.
I totally saw them too.
Oh, good. Yay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was like throwback. All right, so I think that's it on all the cosplay ones. There's also a couple events I went to. So I'll start talking about the panel. So there was a My Hero Academia panel. So they had a nice little flyer going around if you were at Comic-Con. So the panel that I went to on Saturday was panel My Hero Academia featuring Kohei Horikoshi sensei. Oh, this was another one, which we'll pause on that. This was a food thing. They gave out free ramen. You gotta love free ramen.
I love it.
So the panel that I went to was hosted by Viz Media. They also had the voice actors Justin Briner, who plays Deku in the English cast, and Christopher Sabat, who plays All Might. So Funimation was there as well. So a couple things from this panel. One, they gave out a fan, My Hero Academia fan, and the bandana, which, I'm sorry, we mentioned that last week, and I didn't tell you how you could win. So mention bandana, comment down below, bandana, and your favorite power you've seen so far. Ooh. And then that bandana could be yours. Right now we're also looking at, this is Viz Media's all special exclusive My Hero Academia stuff they had at the exhibit hall floor. So there was a My Hero Academia pin with purchase. There's a special cover that the manga creator did special for this as well. Next photo, there was like a gaming mat that was a special exclusive as well. All right, so let me see. Okay, so we're not on season 3, obviously, but getting ready for season 3. Here's a little teaser for you. Christopher Sabat said, "Have tissues ready," and I was like, oh boy. And mentioned has never played such an epic character before. and this is quoted, and I've played some pretty epic characters, but he hasn't really played a epic, nice character. So that's one thing. Then, so this is for the creator of the manga, so Kohei Horikoshi. They asked, how does success feel? He says, quote, actually, I hadn't really put myself in the reality of this, but being in the room here shows me how popular it is here. Because in Japan, it's a bit more quiet. Like, you know, you're not like, America, right, stuff, and freaking out.
We're crazy over here.
Yeah. So then they also, there'll be a full article on this, but a couple other interesting things. One, it was why did you want to become a mangaka? And he said he's always liked drawing, and what job involves drawing, so mangaka is a job. So that's how he got it. So how did he get the idea? So it's like, how did you come up with this show? Or the manga. I grew up watching superheroes. Those characters are always something I looked up to. So naturally he made a show about superheroes. So, big exciting one. We talked about this a little bit before. What is his favorite American superhero? Spider-Man.
Awesome.
Yay! He says, why Spider-Man? First and foremost, the character design. It never gets old. And the second thing, this is all quotes from him, I like about him is he's very relatable, which is true. Yeah. Christopher Sabat says, I am kind of a Batman guy. Not a big surprise. Yeah. And Briner says, Batman too. So there was that. So this show, if you've been watching, there's obviously a lot of interesting character design. So they asked him what was the process of character design. So, quote, so I don't have a very direct answer. Sometimes I will start with their role in the story and then the design, or the design and see how they fit in the story. And it isn't the same every time. And which character does he relate most to and why? Deku.
Really?
and then we haven't really gotten to the character of Minata yet, which is the one that has the funny grape bubble head things. Okay. And he also is kind of like staring at ladies.
Yeah.
They're like, so where was the design from that? And the exciting answer is just from grapes. And they said, really? And he says, yes.
He's so cute.
And this is also via a translator. And so something, where was it? Sorry, I'm like, no. Okay, so something that's interesting, they talked about East versus West superheroes. Like, we have American superheroes, West. So, so this is regarding to that. You can say a lot, my opinion, just a lot. Similar, Japanese kids versus American kids, they're American superheroes are adults, but Japanese heroes are children. So this is also the American... there we go. The editor, American editor at Viz. So this says Japanese heroes spend a lot of time training. American heroes happen faster. American, it's like on a tight spot and like, let's go. In a tight spot, it's more just like you need to let go of everything, use the force. But Japanese rely on their training, which is very true. And then Chris Sabat agreed that American heroes inherit their powers instantly. And, that's why this show kind of resonates is, with fans from around the world. And see if anything else. So stay tuned. I will have a full article on everything that was at that event. And Ollie, you saw some cool stuff as well.
Yeah, it's okay. You don't have to talk about that. No, I just went to Comic-Con. It was really, really, really fun. I'm really happy to represent AfterBuzz and Popcorn Talk and Black Hollywood Live. It really meant a lot to me, and that was the best thing. That was the best gift I can ever get from Comic-Con, absolutely. So I'm just very honored and still processing everything about that. If you want to look at my interviews, go on Black Hollywood Live or Popcorn Talk Network. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Here's some pictures. Yay! Nice, Ollie. Yay.
That is awesome.
And then we'll post more of these pictures on the ABTV Anime Twitter too, so you can see them as well. And then somebody had suggested we do a Twitter hashtag for this show, so I'm thinking we should do it. So if you guys want to just tag us in the discussion, so either ABTV Anime or I was thinking ABTV My Hero, because My Hero Academia, we want as many characters as we can on Twitter. Many syllables. So ABTV My Hero.
Yeah, that's easy. I like that.
So if you want to tag us on a tweet regarding the show, please do that. All right, so we talked about Comic-Con. Check out the Twitter because we'll post more photos on that. So let's get some predictions.
Ooh.
I know, Ollie, you were having some. Jamie, you had some.
Okay, my prediction, which it's going to seem kind of like up in the air, but just hear me out.
Yep.
Because I don't know who Kacchan's parents are, I'm like, what if he's so insecure about his own power and who he could be because maybe his parents don't have quirks and he's embarrassed of his family.
Sure.
And Deku reminds him of like how inferior and embarrassing his family is, and so he's trying to, overcompensate. I could be completely wrong, but it's a prediction.
I dig it.
Nice.
I can go with that. Yeah.
Well, not a prediction, but like I said earlier, I really want the characters to have superhero names.
Yes.
So we can identify them. And plus, I love superhero names. I love having alter egos and stuff like that. But I think there's someone in the mix that's posing as good, but isn't good. Because I think there was something at the end of episode 8.
Yes, we saw. So that was the thing that was kind of...
Well, that confused me. I was like, wait, this is someone bad that's talking.
Yes, it was the Villains Bar. I saw a trailer for season 3, and so I was like, I recognize this place. So I have noticed, and then please, if you notice these, tweet at us and let us know. They don't really have they only seem to have previews after the end credits. Also, watch it on Hulu, so it's not like Netflix will skip to the next thing unless there's an end scene. Then they'll go to that. But at Hulu, it's just like,
Yeah.
But the end of episode 8 shows like a villain's bar, and they're like, ooh, we should go kill All Might. Which I've seen that hand face guy a lot. Yeah. I've seen that cosplay. So I was like, or person. Dope. It might be female. I don't know. Yeah. Does that kind of answer your question?
I think they have a pass with All Might, and I don't know.
I feel something more serious is going to come into play because these students, I think it's great that they're teaching them so like hit the ground running because as they've said, when you're in a hero situation, it's not like, I'm going to take it casually. So I feel there's going to be some real danger, but that would be the really good lesson for the kids to speed up the process. And I want them to explore their powers more because it feels like a lot of them have been holding back, which is what has been explained during their like Quirk assessment. Like, no, really, go all out. So
I'm excited. I want more action.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That covers it all. Thank you so much for watching, listening. We will be covering the next 4 episodes next week. So where can they find out more about you guys?
Hey, guys. You can find me on Twitter at It's Jamie Gray.
Hey, guys. I'm Oliver Drennan. Follow me on all social media platforms at Ollie Dreamer.
And my name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's KARIDLANE. Also check out the ABTV Anime Twitter. I posted a link to a couple of interviews I did on the floor with Viz Media, Bluefin, Udon Entertainment. I spoke with the translator who was at the My Hero panel. So kind of cool insight on what it's like to be a translator and interesting stuff on language if you're interested. And also that's on the AfterBuzz TV animation channel. Thank you so much for the people who also watched our unboxing video too. That was very fun.
Thank you.
So again, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all next week. Sayonara.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.